Doing what? Hmm. It is asking to ask to accept something. Which here. Okay. So there was remember in our on-premises classrooms, we had migrated from server 2019 to 2022. So this is what we're going to continue with. So let me check it out. It's somewhere here. Yes, this I started and we check out its status. So with the steps we did on prem, you can now decommission the other. Now this is the time to test if it is working really. Because I deleted the old one, the 2019 version, and retain this 22 version. Have to? Well, it's not clear where. The project is not clear. Oh, I actually deleted it. I deleted it. This is the server 2022 that we have. Which one? This one? This is a different one. For another class. Okay. This is for another classroom. But the one that belongs to you is this one. So what were, because in the previous class we had in the previous class we're working with the Azure Active Directory, and I hope that you explored it very well in your free time. As far as the following are concerned, how to use these administrative units, how to work with groups. It was something simple. How to work with users, how to work with devices, attaching devices to the Azure Active Directory, and then also maybe detaching things like licenses. Maybe we didn't go through licenses, but it's easy also. Licenses are easy to work with. And then uh, writes assignments to, writes assignments to either, or maybe we can just say to the Azure objects. How do we deal with rights assignments. How do we manage licenses? Where do we go to work with licenses and stuff like that? So uh, some of those, when you come to the Azure Active Directory here, you'll have that, we did bulk operations. If you, I don't know if you went and looked at those files again, bulk operations with, I think, CSV files. Then here in this, we're talking about, bulk create users. There is bulk delete. I don't know if you practiced bulk delete. Then also that's under bulk operations. Bulk delete. You can do a bulk download. All these are simple steps. Bulk download of users, and so many other operations using CSV files. That was also very simple to do. Now, maybe just needed to, before we continue, to look at this thing called licenses. You can see this is a license operations. When you click on license, you'll be able to understand what kind of license you're running. When yours is free. Yes, but still, if you go to license, that is indicated. As you add free, eh? Okay. When you go to all products under licenses, all products, what do you get? All licenses, all products. What do you see? You see? Yeah, but so which you see for me, what I'm having is total. I have 250 licenses, and so far signed zero, and still available 250, and expiring soon zero. So which means I have 250 to play with. So this means that I can give different users different licenses to do different things. You get it? Eh? Yeah. So this is equivalent like to buying. Yeah? Not paid, but there is why you enable this one for premium. Yes, yes. You should also enable it. We're supposed to look at it in the previous class, but I think I forgot. These things are very, very many. So you look at only the most important. Mm. No, it's on some kind of premium trial. Yes, yes. No, they won't charge me. But also with this classroom, till the end, as you create resources, you'll be deleting after. After you've ensured that you've now mastered it, you delete the resource group and then maybe do another activity, then delete, so that you don't run out of your credits that fast. Eh? Yes. But if you keep piling and piling and piling, you just use all the credits and you run short. So today, since now we have seen Azure Active Directory and how it works, and we have seen that it's not any different from the on-premises, the operations are similar. I want to see how to synchronize this to our on-premises to the Azure Active Directory using the Azure AD Connect tool. Yes. So we're going to go to this time. I'm not going to be writing so much objectives because it's not very complex to you just find the way of making your own notes. So sometimes when you're syncing your own premises Active Directory to the Azure cloud, you want to sync a specific container. You don't want to sync everything, the entire schema, because the entire schema comprises of build users, in-build organization, a lot of stuff. So imagine it's a production environment. These things are very, very many, and synchronization might take some good time. So we don't want to go through that whole stuff. We're going to just pick a specific organizational unit that we're going to sync. Because even if you try to sync the whole thing, if there's an option to sync the entire Active Directory ODC, then there's an option to sync just a few things. You filter what it is. You get it? So when I go to my tools here, Active Directory users and computers, but first of all, this must be connected to the internet. I don't see internet access. So I want to check to see what is happening. Yeah, so I think the issue the switch. Um, if it's on default, I don't need to. Let me check to see the status of the switch. So because this is the one, when I go to the settings, I have to check out the part of network adapter. Oh yeah, so we need to change it from internal to default. Yes, so that we can access the internet. And it's only through the internet that we can have access to the cloud services. So now here I just change from the manual to for everything IP and DNS so that the status there changes and we see that there is that icon for internet access for the virtual machine. The host has. So now we mm, yeah, guys, can you make it on weekdays? Like 2 days in a week, Monday and Wednesday evening. Just give it- I think 6 to 8 or 9. Okay, fine. All right. So um, let's just be going through for requirements for the Azure AD Connect. So one will require AD Connect tool, just like the app. Two, we need uh, a global administrator, a global administrator account. We shall see how to create that. A global administrator account. Then three, you need to decide either uh, you're syncing the entire DC or a specific OU. But in our case, we'll go with a specific uh, a specific a specific OU because entire DC takes much more time to synchronize. A global administrator account, decide either syncing the entire DC or a specific OU, and for us, we're going to do specific OU because entire DC takes much more time. So meaning you'll have to download, if you don't have the Azure AD Connect tool, you'll have to download it. You can, no, you download it on, oh, no, by the way, this is also important to note because it could disturb in case you, it's also important to note that the Azure AD Connect must be installed on a domain, sorry, a domain joined machine or PC. In a domain joined PC, any PC which is domain joined. AD Connect tool must be joined, sorry, must be installed on a domain joined PC. Must be installed on a domain joined PC. Then you can you if pos you can also directly install it on on the on the DC. So either on a member joined PC, a domain joined PC, or directly on the domain controller itself. But the most recommended is A. Most recommended action is A. Yes. No, only one. Now, the purpose is, as you've seen in the cloud, we have a lot of services, like storage, virtual machines. I don't know if you've created your first virtual machine in the cloud and accessed it. If you haven't, we're going to do that today. So you see, we have virtual machines, we have storage, we have within storage accounts, we have a lot of stuff. We have containers, we have file shares, we have blobs, we have queues, tables, stuff like that. So all these things require rights of access. So actually, the reason we are synchronizing our DC, our DC consists of users, mainly users. So the reason we are synchronizing to the Azure cloud is to ensure that these on-premises users can be able to have a single sign-on to the cloud, and they can be able to access some of the cloud services. That's the entire idea behind synchronization. You get it? You mean no? Single sign-in is the usernames and passwords you're using on premises. You can use them in the cloud, the credentials you're using. So usually, we're configuring most of the people are going to join, both ICT admins and also regular users. Regular users are, to access those regular services like storage files, virtual machines. Then of course we could configure a few systems admins, maybe to do the configurations. Then we give them the rights to maybe manage accounts. Maybe we give a specific guy to be able to change passwords, be the one to manage the hybrid environment, the on-prem AD and the Azure AD, something like that. So this is the reason we are synchronizing. Okay. Now, the synchronization requires that your domain is routable. A routable domain is the one that has been registered. It's known publicly done. Okay. So, but in our case, our domain is non-routable, the mcse.co.ug, right? So, if we have a user like Frank at mcse.co.ug, it's not going to go like the way because it's non-routable. We have not bought it or something. Yes, but now, in our case, it's going to change because, of course, in the organization, those are routable domains. It will be very easy to shift Frank at mcc.co.ug the way it is to the cloud. But here, since it's non-routable, it's just going to change a few aspects. But the password for on-prem is going to remain the same. Okay? I'll discuss that more when we reach there. So let's just check to see if our machine has gotten the internet. Hmm, it's connected now, because this is supposed to change to Everything seems to be okay here, but because the network adapter is this. Yeah, the default is the one which is supposed to work, but let me just which one? Mm, it's supposed to be. I don't know why this one is not picking. Because if we need to use the same machine, then we have to find a way of it working. So if you have done, you can go to, if yours is working, you can go to the website and then try to download. If you have a, let's say if you have a domain controller, and this is the server which is the virtual machine, correct? Yeah, if you have a DC, as I try to fix this for previous, you go to the virtual machine, download the Azure AD, then download the certain location. I don't download it from the that was from the PC itself. Yeah, you download it from the PC, the virtual machine itself. It's okay, yeah. Let me copy it. Copy it, yes. Copy it, yes. Azure AD Connect. So go through that process, you let me know. No, there are now two. I need to explain that part. There are two options: customize or express. Express, of course, you will use everything. You will use what they have defined for you. But custom, you can be able to limit or even to do more. Yes, you do custom, I think. You, okay, you did express. Okay, fine. Another person will do custom, but express will be very fast and simple. Now, this is the part, guys. This is the part where you enter your animal group. If I told you, yes, we need an account, which will be patched here, then plus the password. So that account enables the connection between your on-prem and the Azure. Yes. But this account must come from the Azure. No, you can create a separate account. Let me just show you how to create that account. So that you can stop at that. You can create the account. When you come to here, when you get the account, when you go to Azure, if you have an existing account that you're going to use, when you go to the Azure Active Directory, go to something like roles and administrators. Then roles and administrators, you'll find that a global admin role. Hmm? When you find the global admin role, just like this, somewhere here, those are the different roles. Have you found it? It is here. So global admin, right? Now when you click on global, there were two, but go for this. Let me see which you're talking about. We go for global, specifically global. Let me go back and check what you're saying. There's global reader, global admin. So you go for global admin, then you'll find that there are users that are already, of course, which is the other account. But it's recommended that you create another account and give it there. So now when you're going to give, you just go to add assignments. Then you when you go to add assignments, you choose the particular user you want to give. Then like that. Then after that, you go back and you continue the process. And also keep track of the username and password. Because now if the password is not during the connection, it will refuse. Yeah. You guys, if you continue trying to find the credentials, you guys should be recording credentials of those uh, very sensitive accounts. So you use something. Uh, you can maybe use like your name, Geoffrey, Geoffrey at whatever domain you have, right? Create a new one. Create a new one. Yes, a new user. Call it Geoffrey admin at whatever, right? Now you create a new one. Then assign global admin. Assign global admin rights. Then give a password of Aptech. No, Aptech account of one. Now create that user I see. Show me that user. So everyone, you guys are now on the same level. Joshua. After you create the account, you let me know. Francis, you should also be working with your machine. Hmm? Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, now after creating that account, yeah, you have to change the password. But also change it has gone through. Yeah. So guys, the solution I gave for this lack of internet, more than that is what to add another network. Then I disabled the original one. Then I now have internet. You get it? Just added another network adapter, and then I disabled the other. Now, are you okay now? If I go back to the actual tool, there is not anybody to do, and it's going to do it. So it's trying to connect. Has it tried to move? Mm-hmm. Frank, Alpha. Okay. Yes, please. Which one? Mm. This one, eh? Now you have to be on Prim. Yeah, because uh, Azure AD Connect tool requires a domain joined PC. Now, if your PC can be domain joined from outside, then you can do that. You saw the requirements. Yes. Now, after that process, let's start with the last one. You you have the resource group. You create the resource group. You have the resource group. You can see them. Let me also be working on my stuff here. So it's good. Nice. It's now good. That the one was delaying to it was blocking. Okay. Doesn't like easy things. There is another task after that, guys. In the cloud. Hmm? In the cloud, you just go and open a switch, you know. So just like this. Then you switch, sign with a different account, then try them out with the on premises what passwords. Yeah. Yes. Mm. Automatically, yes. Automatically transfers them. So uh, But the other thing we did, the other one, the first one. Yeah. You see, would not even waste any time, but the 4 hours would not be enough. The 4 hours would not be enough. But again, don't overtake it for granted. Because may I speak the truth. Now, if you do, you'll suffer with the exams. Yeah, you'll suffer with the exams. Yeah, that's it. So in terms of practical skills, you have the videos, then also the other that I'm now going to discuss also is fact. You try to redo the classes the way they were. Try, yes. Just look, try to do the practice. To start again. Then along the way, try to find the way of handling those challenges by yourself until it is really, you can't handle. Then you try maybe to call me or something. A trick on how to be a master of the year. I think that. Yeah, maybe for the certification. Certification issues. Go back. Now that one is like additional layer of security where you set up a multi-factor authentication. And you've been able to use, you've only using the on-premise hosted with the Azure cloud. That's the whole essence of that Azure AD Connect. So there are some users that you want to log in from the Azure cloud, access you get the essence. Yes. And also, if those people, I'm seeing people are beginning to relax and not attending class. I'm going to help according to attendance. When it comes, yeah, that is the truth. Those people who took the thing serious are the ones that I'm going to give my attention, my time to. People have been consistent with that. You have some issues. Francis, Geoffrey, and I think, yes, yes. Not for you. No, but the exam is tough, guys. That's the truth. The exam is tough because in the previous class, because I also needed to renew, I did. Then one of the students who was the most active in class didn't fail. Huh? So this exam is tough. It's actually tougher than. I really don't want to come out sound like that, but it's tough. You really need to prepare adequately. Okay? Yes, because I did those certifications all last year. Cisco is easy. Like when you're reading, yeah, it's tough. Even by the that's what everyone, even me, I thought this thing is because I even also passed from the border. I passed Cisco, like excellently, excellently, right? Yeah, like 99%. But this I got 70. It's 700, so it's what I got. Eh? It's so you need to be careful. Eh? So I think next year I want to do security, CISA or systems, things like that. Next year, still gathering some money. I do those security papers, data analytics. Is there a certification for data analytics? Yeah, it's a good thing, by the way. Yeah, it's good. Data science. Yeah. After it's this one. Data is on market on demand. This data is on demand. Renew. For you outdated. Yeah, you redo afresh for Cisco. Mm. Real life. Yeah, I've been talking about that over and over in this classroom. So usually, you see like how we've been working with the on-premises and sorry, Active Directory in the organization. You have users, you have computers, and so on, but mainly users. But we use Active Directory to manage users in terms of access of resources. Not so? Now, when you enter into the cloud, which means your services are being extended to the cloud. And the cloud has a lot of services, like storage services, uh, machines, networks and stuff like that. Now, when we do Azure AD Connect, we're also extending those users to the cloud services because they cannot access the cloud services with their local accounts, maybe MCS index. They cannot. And now when we synchronize, we are widening their resource base, yes, both on-prem and the cloud. Because at the end of the day, we try to test an on-premises account to log into the Azure cloud, and it was successful, right? Now, only once you logged in that you can be able to access a storage account. Every resources they have, you know, assigned you in the cloud is only if you have access. You think account? No, we're synchronizing the Azure on on-prem Azure, sorry, synchronizing the on-premises Active Directory to the Azure cloud. Yes, you get it? Do you get it? Oh, okay. To be sure. Yes. Mm. And to migrate, eh? Mm. Just in case the other yeah, there must be a rollback here too. The new DC. Okay, that is okay. Everyone has understood what we are doing, eh? Why we are doing, okay, how we are doing, why we are doing. Yes, very important. Not just to do what we're doing, why we're doing, how we're doing it, resource access, major resource access, and single sign-on. Because at the end of the day, we are going to create a storage account. Can we do that? There's a name. That's what I talked about. Uh, I was asking him whether his domain is routable. The domain being routable means you have bought the domain, right? But it being routable is not enough. There are some records you need to create in Azure for it to identify that your domain is routable, so that everything migrates the way it is. Like Joshua at whatever domain you have. Yes. Because now that comes in when you create a custom domain in Azure. So you go to an option they call custom domain. You map your on-premises domain, put it there. There's some details that you need to update in accordance with the one person hosting your domain. So make it identical with Azure, then it will be recognized, then everything will migrate like that. I think in the future we'll look at that process. Exactly. TXT records, all those things before that can. So after that, then when you do that migration, it will not now change. Because now what's changed was the APM, but the password remains. Yeah. Yeah. But the other time when you make all those updates, everything will remain the same. Yes. So let's go and create a storage account now. Hey, Frank, are we on the same page? Let's help Frank that so that Frank and Francis. Yes. Any of the users on premises. You get? Mm. Yeah. So he's there. Good. Now let's go to another activity. Let's enter into implementation of storage. Now, storage is a resource. Well, I may not be so much storage accounts in Azure. So I may not elaborate much about storage accounts, but we are going to have a storage account, a storage account name, and I don't know, this is going to be maybe called storage, uh, but I think it's case sensitive when you are, so this will be storage account 0011. That's a storage account name. But when we're dealing with storage in the cloud, when we're dealing with something that you need to note, when we're dealing with storage in the cloud, uh, we're either going to store one, structured data, or it's going to be unstructured. So examples of structured data could be like people who work with like SQL kind of information. This is structured data. SQL kind of data, where we have tables, then the table has a row, column, stuff like that. That is structured data. But when we're talking about unstructured data, we're just basically speaking of data that you can just dump into a storage location. This could be just any files, it could be videos, Word documents, PDFs. That is unstructured data. Yes. Mm, yes. The cloud to access it. Uh-huh. Yeah, I think, yeah, you're trying to preempt it, but there is that tool, the Azure Storage Explorer, that the person in the field can install on his laptop to synchronize to the cloud. Yes, so that he can upload using that tool. Then before you can download also using the same tool in the office. Yes, Azure Storage Explorer. Actually, that's what you're downloading next. Azure Storage Explorer. Yes, we'll be working with that. But we're going to first work with mainly unstructured data for this outline. Yeah, this is what we're working with, because even that is unstructured when someone is in the field. So when we're talking about unstructured data, uh, we're talking about containers, containers. Then we talk about, find the way of making your notes. We talk about file shares. Talk about file shares. Now, these items can be either in containers or in the file shares. So you can have them either here in the containers, or they can also be in the file shares. Then here in the structured data, we have these tables, and then we have queues. So this could be in the queues, could be mainly communication, mainly communication channels in the organization. Tables can be, of course, I told you an example, but this can be like a no SQL kind of data storage, a no SQL kind of data storage. So, yes. Now, when we begin to use the Azure Storage Explorer, all those categories, you know, will be identified. So Azure Storage Explorer puts together all those items, links the file shares, the containers to an individual wherever they are. Yes. Now within the containers, then you can upload, download, stuff like that. Now these are the resources we're talking about. That now you can link this with what we have been doing previously. That now you can give users access to this because they can only have this when they are synchronized to they can be able, that person in the field can only be able to upload if only their account is synchronized to the Azure cloud for those services. Okay. You can only without on premises. Yeah, you can also decide that. But on premises, the more organized the way of operations. Eh? Hmm. So you can decide just to have the cloud alone. Yeah, surely. You can just decide to go the cloud way so that everything you don't have anything. Because that's the whole idea for the cloud platform. We do away with physical infrastructure. And you get it, eh? Yes. Vehicle, just have a machine with good internet and be accessing your resources. So now that's why you decide to work from home, or company space. You get it, eh? Yeah. So without Azure Storage Explorer, you can also just use some kind of links to access these services. Mm, mm, mm. I think I would recommend them to have something online. Yes. Why? Because it's more safer. Because of those reliability things. Of course, also, although there is always that doubt about security, the integrity of the data is what is. But for as long as it can be accessed anytime, and of course we have someone because those contracts we sign with the service providers in case of leakage or something, they are you know they are liable to. Yes, in case of any compromise and everything, they are answerable. You get it? Eh? So you better have something in the cloud than on-prem, because on-prem things are not good. You can just wake up like this. There is a big failure. The disk has failed because now we need to uh, be thoughtful about critical data, which is always regularly needed, regularly accessed and needed by the organization to run. So you wake up, you know, so it's better it is in the cloud. Or actually, if you don't want to just dump it, yes, the Storage Explorer. There must be a version. I've not tried installing it on a mobile application. Yes, yes, it must be there. It must work. I think you should try it out. I've not tried on a mobile device like a tablet or a smartphone, yeah, but it's worth trying. It must be working there. Yes. Good. Now let's have our scenario for storage accounts. So we're going to have, I was saying storage account name. Whatever we shall give should be whatever. I don't have a good name, but we can maintain storage account MCSE dash 00. That's a storage account. Now the storage account, that is storage account 1. We intend to have two, to create two storage accounts performing different things. Now we're going to have another one, similar name, but changing some kind of ID. Uh, that makes it different from the first one. Now, like we've been saying, let's first work with containers and files. So storage account 1 is going to have a container. Uh, it's going to have a container. So container 001, and that's how we're going to name it. And then this container will store some things, but also it's going to have a file. It's going to have a file, and the file is going to be named as like that, a file share. So the same things might happen here on the second storage account. So this is storage account 2, and then this is file. So you really have to take note of that naming. Yeah. Two storage accounts. Now, you see already there is high availability when you're working with the cloud. But also there is something called object replication. There's something called object, you know it, eh? Object replication, which is a feature that enables that uh, files in one container, of a given storage account can be replicated to another container of a different storage account. Feature that enables files in one container of a given storage account to be, let me just change the English, to be replicated to another container of a different storage account. For example, we have a container count MCSE-001 replicating its information to container 2A-MCSE-001. Yes, to another storage account container. This is a high level of redundancy. Already, when we are working with the cloud, we are working with regions. For example, when you're creating your resource group, they are saying which region do you want, East US or West US, right? So there can be a way to create replication of the entire storage account to another region if you want. If you're having this one in East US, you can create another of the same kind in another, maybe West US or something. So you have the same copy of, there is a way of that, right? You have the same copy of what is in the East US, in the West US. High level of what? But again, this also sometimes happens because now when you're creating a storage account, there are options of redundancy. There is geo, blah, blah, and so on. We shall be looking through those and trying to understand them. So cloud is a platform where there is a very high degree of availability of services. And yet most of the organizations always are tailored or fight towards having high availability of services. So the cloud really does that perfectly. Yes, high availability. Mm. That redundancy. It does. It does. No, the cost might also come in. Yes. Because usually you'll find that in the South Africa, South Africa has multiple data centers. Because if you choose South Africa, it could have geo-redundancy within the same geographical location. That in case one data center goes off in South Africa, another data center in South Africa is having the same copy of that data. That's what happens. Like 3 or more data centers in the same region. So already that's enough. But again, you can go as far as having that, but with an additional replication in another region, which also has 1 or more data centers replication happening. To be sure, to, a global company, yes, the transactions, there is that. Close. Yeah, your nano tells them. Mm. But things to do with data, especially critical data, I don't care or mind having multiple copies, especially if you're the IT guy of a certain organization. If those guys are able to give you the finances, why not do multiple replications? You see? You see? You see now, right now, I'm in the process of transitioning from one organization to another, and I'm doing a peaceful, smooth what they call it a smooth, moving from one organization where you now first take 1 month to now. Yes, I'm writing a lot of reports. I'm doing what and so on. Now, was it on? Could have been Wednesday or Tuesday. I woke up and my disk D that I'm working with was not seen in the computer. I was wondering what is happening because I woke up, I checked, and I'm only seeing the SSD, which has the operating system, and the other one has disappeared. Of course, the panic comes. I've been doing a lot of work and I've taken a lot of time, and now see what is happening. But I thought of backing that information already, but I was like, I will back up this information. I will back up this information. Eh? So I tried to troubleshoot, of course, try to check if the disk is still there. I went to disk manager, went to some part in properties, but the disk was not there. So I tried to open and I suspected it had moved. So when I checked, yeah, it had moved and put it back. And yeah, but things can happen with data. Things can happen. Your entire environment can shut down. The entire region can shut down. There can be a fiber issue. Yeah, there can be a fiber issue to a region. You get? Yes, a fiber connection issue to an entire region in South Africa. And now you will realize the need why you had to have in China also. Eh? Yes. Yes. Exactly. From the most basic examples, you will realize that anything can happen. And you don't want to afford to. Now, when you're working with people who are complicated, who don't want to know, for them, they know the IT guys. Yeah, these guys are the ones here we count on. Now, you can't afford to tell stories. Mhm. Mm. You see? Yes. You see? Mm. Mm. And yes, I can't get everything. But also massive volumes of data recovery. If you have a lot of chunks of information, recovering such information. Exactly. Now that's why your approach of backing up your personal data everywhere is the best. Because even me as I work, I back up in OneDrive, Google Drive, where everything. So let's check out this. Let's go create the first storage account. Then from this, you guys will be able to go and download Storage Explorer. You can download it actually on your, this one we really don't have to uh, install it on a domain joined. You can even have it on a non-domain joined machine. So it will be easy for you to install that. But first, have this accounts created. So for me, I have already a storage account here because I've been working with these things always. But in case you don't have, you can just type in the search resources, services, and docs, and type storage, then it will be able to show up. So there's something like this should come up. This one here. Yeah, like we say, things here are easy. No much hassle, and so I'll go storage account and create. But as you create, I also recommend that you have a notepad where you copy and paste those names. So they're asking storage account name. I'm going to paste the first storage account name. So you'll find that the field can contain only lowercase, like it's case sensitive. I'll just change that to the field can contain only lowercase. Where is the another uppercase? Can contain only lowercase letters and numbers. Name must be between 3 and 24 characters. Anything that is not supposed to be. Okay. Yeah. So this is case sensitive, only accepts lower case. It's going to be in the East US. Now there is performance. There is this performance thing, and the default is standard, recommended for most scenarios, general purpose, version 2 account. Premium, recommended for scenarios that require low latency. In terms of access, if you want faster operations, you go for premium, but premium could come at a cost. It's more expensive compared to standard. Those are the differences. Yes, basically that performance, and yeah, we got the next advanced. In advanced, we are having some options of enable storage account key access. That was before, previous. Exactly. I think I was talking about that earlier. Make read access data. Which one? Oh, redundant. Oh, yeah, yeah. This is what I was. I think I gave a hint on this. Your redundant storage make read access to data available in event of regional unavailability. So in case of regional unavailability, I think you see. Yes. So geo means multiple regions. So there is already Microsoft has already implemented it because already they also worry. Eh? It's beyond that comes by default, but there are other options here. So if we can go through them, locally redundant storage, lowest cost option with basic protection against server rack and drive failures, recommended for non-critical scenarios. I think we can go for that. Locally redundant. Locally redundant, yeah, means that in the local area where you have chosen, there is also redundancy within that. In case of this, maybe building fails, the other building is still available. That's locally redundant. It's cheaper. Then geo-redundant storage, intermediate option with failover capability in the secondary region. That's the one that is chosen by secondary region. But the other is locally is same region. Eh, eh? So the geo-redundant will work if the entire region is hit. Now we have zone redundant storage, intermediate option with protection against data center level failures, recommended for high availability. GeoZone optimal data protection solution that includes the offerings of both GRS and ZRS. So it combines. Mm. East, East US. Azure. Yes. Mm. Across multiple regions. So you can. So I think the two options can work for us: the locally and the geo. So we can go with geo now. Go to advanced. Uh, Configure security settings that impact your storage account. Require secure transfer for REST API operations. Allowing Allow enabling public access on individual containers. So that can be through either maybe like a link. I think the first one is maybe if a programmer wants to access, yes, yes. Then this one, public access, in case maybe through a link, URL, maybe a particular employee wants to use from outside, wherever they are, they can access. Enable storage key access. Now, when we are also working with the Storage Explorer, uh, storage key account storage account key access is important because there are some keys that will require to connect to the storage accounts from anywhere, especially also using Storage Explorer. Yes. So there is that. Then permitted scope from any storage account, and yeah. So networking. Now, in the next class, we are going to be looking at virtual networks. Now, here we can work openly with public access and so on. We are going to reach a time where we create a virtual network. Advanced. This one, hierarchical namespace, complemented by data lake storage generation to endpoints, enables file and directory semantics, accelerates big data analytics workloads, and enables access control lists. Hierarchical namespace. This is a more advanced thing when it comes to data. Mm. Oh, we had not completed all this. Blob storage. Now, then they're asking allow cross-tenant replication. Now, blob storage is a storage which is more so like unstructured. If you have a blob, you can throw there anything you want. So containers are more like blobs because these are called big or large object binary in full. Maybe like, is it binary large object something? Yes, unstructured in nature. So they're asking what's the access tier? Is it hot, frequently access data and day-to-day usage scenarios, or cool, infrequently? So because if hot is the best option, try to show that our data is always frequently accessed so that they make sure that you in Azure files enable large file shares. You can enable this if you want, but already it will be taken care of. It will be taken care of already because we shall be able to do the Azure files. Yeah, basically those are some of the things. So of course, if you put in the access type, if you put cool, infrequently access data and backup scenarios, this I think you know the impact of either hot or cool. So this even they might limit the speed of access. So hot frequently access data and day-to-day usage scenarios. You can alternatively read up the differences that the backing up. Yes, please. It's always highlighted. Enable large file shares. It is taken care of. In the future, you will see that it's also taken care of. Yes. This one, provides file share support up to a maximum of 100 TB. Do not have the ability to convert to geo storage offerings, and upgrade is permanent. I think when there's something we need to select there to enable this, there is a feature. But also what we are creating, I think, since this classroom will be limited in terms of capacity. Yeah. So if you want that one, you can check out that those other options which need to be. Yeah. Locally. Which one? Here. If you do locally, this is what you should enable. Now this is okay. Okay. But we will not have all that much. So there is enable public access from all networks, enable public access from selected virtual networks. So since we don't have any virtual networks currently, go with the default. Enable soft delete for blobs. Soft delete enables you to recover blobs that were previously marked for deletion up to 7 days. Which one? Enable point in time restore for the container. Use point in time restore to restore one or more containers to an earlier state. If point in time restore is enabled, then versioning, change feed, and blob soft delete must also be enabled. So anything to do with the restoration of containers, you can work with that. Yes, yes, of course. They can be changed to 3 to encryption, because this data is going to be in the cloud, and there are some options for encrypting the data. Microsoft Managed Keys, MMK, Customer Managed Keys. Enable support for Customer Managed Keys, blobs, and files. We know about tags. We talked about the tags, and yes, you can put a name, then associate it with a value. And tags help with querying of your resources. And that's the first storage account. Running a validation, then we create. So you can even create the next one. You have the name. No, no, no. Use the same resource group. Yes. Good. Mine is done. Now I'm just going to create the second storage account, as you also do the same that side. Mm. So guys, you can go ahead and create the containers. You're stuck on the tags. So tags, we didn't give any. We just give what you use, but you can use and give a name and that an associated brand. And if you're not able to create that, the name is taken. Hey, I think it's the same, because we are working, just change something small. Yeah. But then go ahead and create the container in the storage account one, because it's also easy to do. Go to home, then storage accounts. Then this is my, so you can see I have two storage accounts, guys. I have this one, 001 and 112. Then I'm going to go to the first storage account, 001. Now this is the appearance. This is very important to understand the pen, activity log, tags. So like, this is like more of information about that resource. It's very, now if you understand this technique, then it becomes very easy to work with the resources, because every source will have this pen on what to do with it. So because there is one part of overview of the resource, then this is a storage account, data storage, how data is stored, then the networking of this resource. So this is where you get the networks, the virtual networks that connect to it and so on. Then the other one is data management. Is there any redundancy? I talked about object replication, you remember? Yes, then next is the settings, the configurations, data lakes, but not everything is explored. Some of these things are in another module, like maybe Azure Data Engineer, you know, Azure AI. So we don't cover everything. Eh? Don't say, "Ah, this man is talking about only a few things." Even me, some I don't know because I've not done those areas. Right? Yes. Yeah, you can create the containers. Then also you can create the file shares. under data storage. So we click on container and you create the first container. So I'm going to put the container name and I hope it is accepted. Yes, it has been accepted. The containers don't have any issues. Then public access levels, in case you have options, but go for the default private anonymous. In the future, we're going to be seeing how to move away from these default access levels. So I've created the container. Now you upload something in that container from your desktop. Go to that container you've created and upload something. Because me this, it's just you go back to the storage account, right? Then you go under data storage, click on container, then you add the container. Yes, then you can change the name. Now, when after you've created, go to that container and upload something. Frank, you're there? Create the container and upload something from your desktop. Mm. Upload something, don't forget. The access, you go with that default one. But with time, we're going to be changing. You'll see how we make it custom. You've uploaded, That's nice. So let me also upload something. Uh, let me just also upload something here from. Nice. So you have a container in the cloud, and this is how you're going to recommend the organizations to. Now here you can be safe with organizational data. Now it's going to make more sense when you install the Azure Storage Explorer. Exactly, to the cloud. And also when you use the Storage Explorer, it shows you what is in the cloud. Then you download on the PC. Yes, Explorer. To also reflect. It's two-way. The Storage Explorer. I know that configuration, we're going to go to it. No, you don't have to create. You just have to link. Oh, yeah, on the secondary storage, we're going to replicate. We're going to do, guys, but first, of course, now we need also to first create the container in the secondary storage. Then we do, because we replicate containers. But also take note that the replication really takes long. Yeah, so you'll have to wait and wait. Yeah, but let's see how it happens. So go to the second storage and create it. Already you have one container in the first storage. Of course, the object replication, you do it on the first storage account. Geoffrey, are you done with the replication? You go to the first account, storage account, like I'm going here. Then you go for that replication part, object replication. from the first storage account. Mm. Then you check, you work with the create replication rules. Create replication rules. Create replication rules. Then of course it's going to ask what's the destination account. Very simple. Then you choose the destination account, because now that was the reason to the source container. Where is the data coming from, eh? And where should it be replicated? Then the other container must be reflected. Yes, then you, yeah, should, yes. The second storage, and second, so there's a source container and destination container. Destination. Mm, mm. Yeah, so you can do that and leave it. That replication really takes long. Yes. But once it begins, it is perfect. Yeah, so create a file share also on the first storage. Eh? Okay, good. Now, we are going to link our Azure Storage Explorer on the first storage, where you have a file share and a container. You can also try to create a table, sorry, a queue, or even a table. You can try. You can try and see. Name it, then we see. Just go for a queue. You see, you can add message to a queue. Eh? You can also add the message to a queue. Then you, hi guys, so you can limit. There is this something called in Azure Active Directory, IAM, access control. You can limit which people see this message. Eh? You can add access. Yes, yes, around assignments and stuff. Then you give only a few users within Azure Active Directory to be able to see that. Going back to the storage account, uh, yeah, let's go with the queue and the file share and the container for now. Now, if we have a file share, I'm not sure if I have a file share. Let me try to have a file share. Then also in the file share, put something. Joshua, we're in the same page. Eh? Mm. Mm, okay. Okay. Create a file share. You can first create on one. If you can afford to create on both, well and good. So I have, you see, if after that you have connect, upload, refresh, try to put something there. Then after this, for those who are done, go to the browser and it can be on your, yeah, and download and install Azure, yeah, Explorer. Mm. But they were going to connect the Azure Storage Explorer to the faster. So Storage Explorer, yes. You're there. Make sure if the class running run has gotten to that point.
Then access key. Was it access keys? It wasn't access keys. It's not access, it's shared access signatures. Yes.
Are we all there?
Then
Storage Explorer. Also there. With the other photo filter. Are you using a Sony account? Are you using the new account? Go to your home.
successful.
Then,
My yet?
can you go to licenses, and then
I have added. I'm not seeing the adding. I'm not Yes. File share.
you're good also?
Perfect.
Nice. So you can see how to access those things.
Yeah. Perfect.
You've seen how to access the string, collection string,
Yes.
and that's the hash signature.
Mm.
So it's to authenticate wherever you are at your storage in the cloud through that storage explorer.
Because when you have Illustrator, you can share with the person.
Exactly, you can share with service person here. And say enter this and you'll be able to access.
Now we know the
To learn. Okay. So that you learn.
like you want to upload a file. Hey, now the directory file within what? For example, if you want to bring folder
Yeah.
now this Safari now right now you don't have any folder. Get it? But for example, I think when you can create a new folder, this is it. You get it? You create a folder, it is here. Now, when I'm to upload a file, I just give it a name. Let's say new folder.
So you can upload from your Windows 10
Yes.
or Windows 11 to the cloud. And you
Yes.
can check.
You ready? uploading the file from here. Yes, we are talking about the slash. Destination directory. Yes. So I just told you for you to have only what's there, that slash, that is you don't have a specific folder. You want to folder. Okay. Now, for example, if you want, let's say, upload a file from there, create a new folder, name it dash, dash, then from there it appears, then upload a file. That's why you bring the folder name slash, then you end it with it slash, then you upload the file, which file you want to add, edit, then you upload. It will automatically go dash, which is there. You yes. First you can go for this. Yeah. Virtual machine.
Okay. Anyway, these ones you'll catch up. So, because already for me I have an option of a VM here. Because, but if you don't have, you can search. Then you do virtual machine. Kabanda, I think you can now deploy a virtual machine. Then we shall build onto that. So you need, but you, yeah, the way you write it, because especially when you're dealing with the things, it's good to. So you just go to virtual machine, create, just go with the first option, Azure virtual machine, then Azure virtual machine, same subscription. Resource, we are going to maintain what I have. Even you can maintain yours. Then you give a name. Now you have to write these details down. The VM name and virtual machine name. Maybe let me choose to give it VM, maybe machine 01. That's the name I've given mine. Uh, I hope it is, yeah, it's been, so in the East US still, availability options, no infrastructure redundancy required. So that which image do you want to deploy that given us by default? Who? Ubuntu. Now let's install Windows. Let's do Windows Data Center. I'm choosing Windows Data Center. Then the VMware architecture is 64. And then there is run with Azure Spot discount. No. Then size, standard, two virtual CPUs, 8 GB memory. This is costly. A new virtual machine in the cloud, not on premises. Oh, no, that one will create the hybrid connectivity because that was DC. Now this is like an independent virtual machine in the cloud. You get it, eh? Yeah.
We're using server.
Data center, yes. But after you delete it, because it will consume your credits. Now administrator account, admin 01. Then you should take note of your password because if you don't, you're likely to suffer. Administrator is that. Then password. Make sure you document all the information. There's a reason why I'm saying that, emphasizing that. Document all the information. Public inbound ports. Don't put any inbound ports. So the access criteria is going to be RDP. RDP port 3389. There are other criteria as we shall see in the future. Other than the RDP, which other ways to access a VM or something. But for now, let's go with RDP, the default. Yeah, but after, then save up to 49% with the license you already own using Azure Hybrid benefits. So I'm going by the default. Disk, premium SSD, locally redundant. Let's go with the premium SSD. Networking. Now, when we're working with virtual machines in the future, there's going to be a lot of networking. You need the networking knowledge. I think in one of the coming class, either the next one or the other one, we're going to do a lot of networking in the cloud. Now, like infrastructure in the cloud. Yeah, things will be a little bit more serious than. So, virtual network, we don't have a virtual network as yet. If there is any, it could be a default one provided by Microsoft. The subnets, we're going to be dealing with subnets. That's the default subnet. But we're going to be moving away from default subnets the next class. We create with subnet on paper, then we implement in the cloud for our infrastructure for the different machines. But for now, let's have a machine and we see how to work with a machine in the cloud. So we'll go with NIC, network interface, security group. This will be also another lesson in the infrastructure. How do we work with network security groups and how do we implement them on the virtual networks? Yeah, so RDP, we maintain RDP, enable access. No, okay. So next, management. We can skip here. Next. Yeah, RDP is what we're going to use, yes. Though in the future, we'll use another method other than RDP. We shall try to use something called Bastion, SSH. Yes, but now we go with that the default, then advanced. Now, we're also going to work with extensions. Now, when you're installing a virtual machine, you can be able to create an extension. Of course, there are some custom extensions, but also there are some inbuilt extensions. For example, extensions are something you want the machine to install with. You get it? Plugins, yes. Application Insights Agent, Azure AD based Windows login, Azure, Azure Performance, Azure Word Pipelines, a lot of inbuilt. If you understand this inbuilt, you can do inbuilt. Not really, not each, but if you want, you can do a custom script. Now, at custom script is when you come and you know, uh, inject your own, maybe like PowerShell. You get it? Eh? You come inject your own PowerShell script. I'll be showing you how to do that for custom. So if you choose custom, it's highlighted. Next, uh, yes. Now you check and select browse for a script that you wrote. Maybe a script with a lot of lines to maybe install certain services at once as the machine. So by the time the machine is fires up, or by the time you put the credentials, all the roles are installed, and even Active Directory has been what? Promoted. You get it? That's why they call automation. So cloud came to do the automation easy. The automation becomes easy. So you've seen some script which means which performs maybe like ADDS, DHCP, DNS installation, but also goes ahead to promote. Now we can inject that here. Browse for it, put it there, and then next. So the machine installs with that script. So by the time you're getting a machine, everything, yes, will be the best because you do your own stuff. Your own definitions of what you want the machine to be. Okay. Yeah. So, but now yeah. You can use the existing scripts and just edit it. You can download a script from GitHub and or any other source, Microsoft. Mm, yes. Get the script from the DC. So you want to get its script, eh? Ah. There's a point when you need to get that script. I'm not sure if you can try to press after the installation, but there is always that part when you're promoting, which shows the script that has been generated. You can copy that to a separate or export it to a separate location for using in the future. Pay attention to that part when you're promoting Active Directory. Yes, there are always those scripts generated. Pick it out, export it, put it somewhere. Yes, then you can merge scripts, different things, DHCP, DNS configurations, download and put them in one specific file, and then you save as .ps partial something. Then you can, so it can always save you a lot. Uh-huh. Exactly. Uh-huh. Now, yes, that's the point when it comes to automation. It is to save you from repetitive what? Mm. Next. Yeah, but I've said we can make changes with networking. Yeah, this is too big. I'm going to delete after the creation. It's cheap, eh? Uh, mm, mm. So if you it detects the points, yes. Yeah. Eh? They come back. I think when you delete, you go back to because you're not using. I think I'm also using points because I also because but this account has stayed for long. They show from the yeah they in under subscriptions. So if you can try to go with that option or install a VM, understand how it feels, access it from the cloud, punch in the use so that okay. Mm. You can see the current cost is going to be showed $0.25. No, you can delete the virtual machine. Actually, the virtual machines consume more money compared to anything else. VMs and disks. Uh, hmm? Yeah, yeah, yeah. This is what you. No, they keep billing you. When you upgrade, they keep billing you per month, monthly billing, and they send the invoice. It's monthly. So you have to open. Mm. Yeah, it's expensive. You need to help in the planning so that you know how many virtual machines should your company have in the cloud, not just deploying. I think something I think that I don't know. You go to what they are trying to charge. Then you install, then after you delete and see if your thing goes back. The video iPhone.